When the doubt gets loud, but answer that call. Vision ain't real till you grind that speed, so breathing deep. Then call the damn leads. Call the damn leads.
Hey, welcome back to Call the Damn Leads, the show by sales professionals for sales professionals. I'm your host, Drewbie Wilson. With more than 2 decades in sales, I've seen it, been through it, heard about it. Now I'm bringing those stories to you, my favorite people in the world, the sales community, because let's be honest, this is the greatest job on earth. It doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter your background, your personality type, or your gender. You can make an amazing life in sales. And today's guest, no stranger to the journey, I'd like to welcome Miriam Schulman to the show. Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
Excited to be here with you. I want to jump right in. I want to hear your crazy sales story.
Okay. Well, I'm an artist. So I'm selling one of the hardest things that there is to sell. And I've been an artist for over 2 decades, like you. I mean, not an artist like you, but selling for more than 2 decades. And now I help other artists how to sell as well. So I've been there, done that, seen it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, and one of the things I love about artists in particular, and we'll just say creatives, right? Because I think this is a whole aspect of the industry there in terms of you are great at what you do. Assuming you put a lot of time and effort into it, right? We know some crappy artists, but like assuming the creatives that you're creating are good. The issue, no one teaches you how to build a business when they're teaching you to paint or to create or to do any of those things. So Miriam, how did you find that intersection of creativity and, hey, I got to put food on the table or this ain't going to work?
Yeah, well, I haven't always been an artist. So I was told you couldn't make a living that way. I took the practical route. I went to work on Wall Street. And after 9/11 happened, I decided I couldn't go back to that world. And that's when I decided that I was going to do something else with my life. I was painting on the side. I still didn't believe I could make a living that way. So I started teaching Pilates. And while I was working for the gym, they taught me how to sell personal training packages. And that's when I had my aha moment, because I was like, oh, I can use this to sell my art too. So that was about 25 years ago. I started using those sales strategies and everything changed.
I love that. Now, let me ask you this, because this is always an interesting conversation that I have working with creatives and entrepreneurs in general, right? When you're kind of launching into this space, how did you work past that mindset of like, what is your art and creativity really worth? Like, how did you decide this is where I need to be and this is what it's worth and this is what I should get paid on it?
Okay. So I made a lot of mistakes along the way, just like everybody else. I mean, what I did at first is I looked around at what everybody else was charging and decided I should charge less, which is a big mistake, especially if you're in an industry where the people already have a scarcity mindset. Then you're going to really undercharge. And the thing is that people who want a luxury good, like an art collector, or people who want to pay high prices, they're looking for something that's reassuringly expensive. So those cheaper prices are working against you. They're not helping you. It does not help you to sell a Rolex watch for $50. Like if I were to try to sell you a Rolex watch, what would you say to me? Like,
we'd have some questions about the authenticity of said watch at $50.
or $400. You would still question it. Even $4,000, you might still question it.
Depending on what it looked like, absolutely.
But it would be easier for me to sell you that watch for $4,000 than for $400 or $40.
Amen. That's true. What an interesting perspective. I guess salespeople, I hope you're listening to this right now, because there's such a truth to this in that a lot of sales professionals along the way will make the mistake of selling out of their own pocket and believing that a price is too high just because it's not what they would want to pay or be willing to pay for a certain product or service. And I think there's an aspect to this, Miriam, of from the creative standpoint, how you put your own, what do I want to call it? Like your own personal touch, your own personal branding on things in a way that gives it perceived value. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, we're already talking about pricing. And the thing is that one of the easiest ways to communicate it is with the price tag. So, like I have an artist yesterday who has a artwork for $1,400, and I told her it really should be $1,600 or higher. And she's like, yeah, but what if somebody says they think it's too expensive? I was like, well, if you went to a Chanel counter to buy Chanel sunglasses and they told you it was $800 and you said, well, I don't want to pay that. It was like, they say, okay, next. So meanwhile, when I'm talking to her, why don't we look up how much Chanel sunglasses are? Do you have any idea?
$4,000?
No, they're not that much actually.
Okay.
So there might be some that are $4,000, but ironically or coincidentally, there was the Chanel sunglasses were $1,600. I mean, that's a lot of money, and they're not even prescription. Now, the thing is people who are rich, who have that kind of money, they don't want everybody walking down the street with the same glasses that they're wearing. True. They don't want you to come to their house and see like the home goods print that's in everybody's house. They want something. They don't want to have a car in their driveway that everybody has. That's why they're willing to pay such high prices, because they don't want something that everybody else has. They're bored by that. And they want to signal to everybody. So this is why like men like expensive watches. Some women, like not all women, not all men, but I'm generalizing, the designer handbags, the sunglasses, they want something that signals to other people because it says something about them. It says something about themselves. And this is where we're going to get into the meat of this conversation. The thing that people get wrong about sales, and it doesn't matter if they're selling art, cars. I don't know. What was your last guest selling or talking about?
Last guest was a business consultant, and prior to that was a real estate agent.
Okay. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Houses, coaching. If you are in a sales conversation, we're always taught, believe in yourself, believe in your product, right? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta believe.
Okay. But there's a third thing that most sales professionals are missing. Do you know what that is?
I can't wait for you to tell me.
Okay, so believe in yourself. It's important to believe in yourself. It's important to believe in what you're selling. But if I'm selling something to you, I better believe in you. Because what's going through your mind, it's not, is this house worth it? Is this painting worth it? Is this car worth it? You wouldn't even be in conversation with me if you didn't already think that. What's going through your mind is, am I worth spending whatever that price tag is to get this thing that I want? Am I worth it? The customer, am I worth it? Now, if you're thinking about yourself, the seller, if the seller's thinking, am I worth it? Like if you're focusing on yourself, believe in your product, and you're talking about those things, but you're not saying to your customer, you're worth it, you deserve this. When that's the real conversation they're having in their mind, you won't close that sale.
Amen. If I need to get like a mic drop button where I can be like, blah, 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 for when you drop the gems like that, because it's so true. And it's difficult to help people push past that fear or roadblock in themselves when they're making sales. Like, you genuinely have to care and believe in these other people because they can smell fakeness from a mile away.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, if you are uncertain, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, they won't buy that. They don't have the money for that. If you have any kind of uncertainty, it's not that they can read your mind about exactly the sentence going through your mind, but they feel your uncertainty. That's repulsive. Like, you have to have the confidence that yes, they deserve it. I love to give the example, and I talk about this in my book, Artpreneur. So you've been selling for 20 years. So you remember the movie Pretty Woman?
Of course.
Okay. So remember when in the beginning where she goes shopping on Rodeo Drive and the mean salespeople won't wait on her?
Yes. Classic.
Okay. We all think we're not that mean salesperson. But how many times have we thought to ourselves, oh, I don't think they have the money for it. I don't think they're going to go for my most expensive, whatever your thing is. So you offer them something cheaper, or we're being the mean salesperson because they, just like they didn't believe in Julia Robert. We don't believe in our customer when we do things like that. So that's what believing in your customer is all about. Like, you believe they deserve it. You believe they have the money. You believe they want it. You don't question any of those things. You don't spend any time convincing them of those things because you believe it.
I love this. And I'm going to take this a layer deeper with you, Miriam, because we're already using the pretty woman example here. So let's fast forward a little bit in this conversation, right? She has the mean sales lady.
Yeah.
And then is it Richard Gere? Is that
the
co-star?
Yeah.
So she meets Richard Gere, and he's a shrewd negotiator because she's in the tub and he's like, what's your day rate or whatever? And then he negotiates her for like a third of the rate for 3 days for 1 day. So this is a reminder that if you get people to believe the value is there, they will sell themselves on why it's a good deal. So if you listen to that and you go back and watch that, Miriam, her rate's like $300 a day or something. And he's like, I'll give you, $400 for the week. And she takes it. But it's less than her daily rate. Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Negotiation.
I don't remember that. And that's so sad. I am really very sad. Like, in my memory, like, she got $2,000 for that week, like.
It's just one of those funny little, like, weird facts that I remember reading and being like, that's hilarious. But it fits so perfectly because it goes right in with the belief and the conviction of, if I say this and I believe in you and I know you can do this and I'm convicted, that energy will transfer. And what I think is cool about, looking at from the creative space and what you get the opportunity to help these people do is, they have an extreme passion and belief in their art, in the thing that they create. And so teaching them how to bring that passion about in a sales type conversation has to be one of the most like rewarding and fulfilling things on the planet. Am I on track?
Totally. Like that. So I do like have a lot of tactics for selling, but confidence is so important. Like, deep down, I think everybody knows if they only had more confidence, they would have more success. So it's baked into everything that I do. And I, like, even in my book, Artpreneur, every time I introduce a tactic, I have to say, now you're probably thinking, or this won't work for me because,
So I guess this is a question I have, because a lot of sales professionals who listen to our content and who reach out to us and go through our trainings and all that, one of the first things is like, well, I need more people to talk to. I need more leads to call. And so I'd be curious, from your perspective, working in the creatives industry, like, what are some of the things you initially teach them or work with them to do to generate or build a database of leads to work on?
Okay. So this is a great point, because especially in the art world, they all believe they just need to build a bigger audience on Instagram. So you're laughing because I think you're probably already know what I'm going to talk about. So when I started writing Artpreneur, the engagement rate on Instagram was still 1%, which is still pathetic, but at least it was that. By the time I went to edit that chapter, it had dropped to 0.6. And for those of you who maybe math isn't your best subject, like, that's 6 out of 1,000 people. This is not 6%. This is not 60%. This is 0.6. And you know what it is in 2025? The average is 0.3. That's 3 people out of 1,000. Okay. And the only reason it's that high is because sports teams and college teams on Instagram have a 2% engagement rate. Everybody else, it's like 0.1. So if you stack those numbers up, and let's just say, because I've already done the math on this one. Okay. If you want to compare Instagram to, let's say, email. So email has on average 25 to 40% open rate. But even if we say 24%, you would need 6,000 followers on Instagram to get the same engagement as 100 people subscribe to your email list. So for somebody like an artist, it's way easier to find 100 human beings interested in what you're doing. That's really not just artists, everybody listening. Sure. Get them onto your email list. Email marketing is not dead. It's the cockroach of marketing. It's not going anywhere. Oh, he likes what I'm saying. I don't know if this is on YouTube too, but he's like praising. It's like I've just preached.
It is. Oh, something. Yes. This is definitely going to be video. We're going to be clipping that out for sure because like it is so amazing to me the pushback that we see in our business where we're talking to people about, hey, you don't have a problem posting on Facebook every day. Why can't you write an email and email your list? Like, I don't know.
I don't want to bother people.
Okay.
What I like to do is use the dating analogy is like, especially, you get somebody's phone number. Are you kidding me? You're going to wait a month to call them? You need to, if you get somebody's, whatever their contact information, you're calling them that day. Like we have 24 hours to start while they're still like in that, this is so good. I want this thing. They just gave you their information. They want you to bother them. They want you to call them. You don't wait a month. You don't. And if you're sending an email once a month, maybe they open it 25%. That means they're only opening 4 things of yours a year or 3 a year. You would never do that on Instagram. Like put one Instagram post a month. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, people. What if you only showed up to work 4 times a year? What would your paycheck look like? Because like that's just it. This is the thing that so many entrepreneurs and sales professionals they forget is like you are given the choice what you're going to do with your day every day. You have the opportunity to make your life and career whatever it is you want it to be. It's the decisions that you make and the actions that you take that will lead you down the path that you end up on. And so what I'd be curious, because for you, again, I know you work with a lot of creatives. I'm sure there's a million excuses about not being a corporate sellout and all of the biases and cliches that exist in that world. What do you do to work with them to help understand like the empathy that they have, the passion that they have is the secret to being a successful salesperson in their situation?
Yeah. So for every artist, it's going to be different. Every human being is going to be different. There's some people you tell them what to do, they're going to push back at you even harder. So I need to when I'm working with people, I need to figure out okay, what kind of person is this? But usually the ones who are the most successful, they embrace marketing as being something that is as creative as their art. Okay. So I have an artist, Megan Mayberry. We'll give her a shout out. She does headdresses. She's down in Galveston. So they have a big Mardi Gras scene down there. And so she decided, I don't like selling at booths. So she's part of a co-op. She does pop-ups every week. She's doing the first slice next month. She just puts all this creativity. This month is Halloween. She puts as much creativity now into her marketing as she does her artwork. So it's fun for her.
And that's, for anybody who's using Meta right now, we're recording this. It's the end of 2025. They just dropped the Andromeda updates, and Meta really wants you to have diverse creative. So if you're a creative, this is the time for you to be getting into marketing, because the more creativity you can put out there, the more Meta is going to want your content and to show you and to build your brand. And so I asked that question, Miriam, specifically because I know the creative aspect of marketing is the biggest piece to being successful with it. So I want to encourage your audience that come and listen to this to remember, use that to your advantage. The fact that you have that creativity is going to put you leagues ahead of every other stuffy corporate goofball that's trying to do marketing right now that has no idea how to create a visually stimulating image or a sound or a video. That is your wheelhouse. Embrace it. And Miriam, I know we could probably sit here and nerd out for hours on this topic because you have the same fun energy that I have on this, but I want to respect your time. What's the best way for us to find you, follow you, check out your book? I cannot wait to read it because I know there's going to be some gems in there. How do we come check it all out?
Since I know we're clipping this for YouTube. Okay. So my book is Artpreneur. So yes, it's on Amazon, but it's a HarperCollins book. So you can get it anywhere. You can get it from your library. I'm not really here to sell books. I just want you guys to have the information. So if you want the first chapter for free, schulmanart.com/believe. And if you like what you heard today, there's more of that, again, for free, wherever you're listening to Call the Damn Leads. I host the Inspiration Place podcast for creative entrepreneurs.
Ooh, fun. Well, I will be checking that also because I, as a salesperson, learned a long time ago, if I can be creative and I can generate my own leads, I can write my own paychecks. And so all of you need to go right now, check out her book, check out her content, and learn to be more creative because you're in sales, and sales is an art form. And if you want to be better at it, learn to get creative with the words that you use and the way that you approach these different conversations in these situations. And it's going to absolutely change the game for you. So Miriam, thank you for your time. It has been a blast.
Thanks for inviting me. It's my pleasure.
You got it. Well, listen, if you enjoyed the show, share it on social media, tell somebody about it. Maybe you know a creative person who absolutely sucks at sales. It's okay. Send them this episode. You don't have to tell them they suck at sales, but just say, hey, like, I heard this episode. I was thinking of you. I think you'll like it. Check it out. This lady was awesome. Send it to them. Share it with your friends. Leave us a review. Check out all the other episodes. Subscribe. You guys know what to do. Listen, this is the greatest show on earth because we have great people like you on here telling their stories. And if you have a story to tell, I want you to be on the show. Head over to callthedamnleads.com/podcast. Send us your details. While you're there, grab a hat, grab a cheat chain, grab a swag. We'll see you next time. You know what to do. Go call the damn leads. Later.
When the doubt gets loud, but answer that call. Vision ain't real till you grind that speed, so breathing deep. Then call the damn leads. Call the damn leads.